Sorry, it's still really sunny out today. But what's up, gang? Thank you so much for spending some time with me in your day. This is a little bit of a new thing that I'm trying out to build some level of consistency for my channel, build up like my video catalog, getting a better idea of how I can make, short and sweet videos in between the moments where I'm working on my bigger, more bulkier videos, you know what I mean? Instead of just radio silence. On top of this is also like a personal thing for me. Most of my friends and loved ones know that I fuck with like spiritual things and planetary things and everything like that. That being said, I really have been in tune with how I'm feeling throughout the cycles that we go through with the moon. And I've been feeling that way for quite some time, probably like a couple of years, give or take. But I've just been seeing it in action every month, every cycle, everything, very consistently. And it's always nice to just see what kind of events take place and then seeing later on, oh my God, hey, it was a full moon when that happened, or oh my God, it was going to be a new moon or something like that, or it's in the middle, halfway there kind of thing. I really fuck with that heavy. It's been very helpful in my spiritual journey, in my journey of just discovering who I am, what I'm into, what I feel good about, what I'm not into, what I don't fuck with. So I figured, why don't I put my hands together and we can do like a little bit more of a layered kind of video. So what this is going to be the start of on here, I'll do a video on a new moon and I'll do a video on a full moon. And it'll be over whatever topic, very short, very sweet. Something will be at, like I'm gonna be asking a question or talking about a topic that you can put your 2 cents on in the comments as well. The topics are always gonna be random. They might have something to do to correlate with the moon, whatever sign it might be in, whatever sort of energy you might be able to sense during these times and stuff like that. The question might have something to do with that, but it also might not. For me, I always like to set intentions during the new moons, and I like to see like the new moon, it's like dark soil and you can plant your seeds in there for whatever thing that you're trying to get done during this current cycle. And then full moons are like the celebratory time where everything's coming to fruition, things are happening very, I don't want to say explosive energy because I guess that could be good and bad, but just like bubbling over, overflowing, very full. It's like a reflection thing, but you guys can join along and talk to me in the comments and hopefully try to check in with yourself. How do you start feeling when a new moon is about to happen? Or how do you start picking up what kind of activities, what kind of instances and situations start happening around you when a full moon is popping up? Things like that, because every individual is different. They're affected by these planetary things in their own like different way, you know what I mean? It is kind of an introduction because these aren't really no script in it shows, but I do not really have a script. So this moon cycle that I'm doing this first thing on is actually a full moon in Virgo. So hard working energy. And this is a full moon, so maybe you're just like kind of getting to the final stretches of something, or really, really trying to push hard on some sort of project or goal or passion that you have going on. You might be thinking like, hey, these are some things that I need to start implementing into my routine so that I can have a better structure in my life or something like that, because Virgos are very much about structure. So I feel like this full moon is going to be very grounding and exciting and just like going with it and everything. We're still in the Pisces energy on top of that, so I feel like in some ways there's some grounding energy, but also like just be free, just let loose, have fun. The question or the topic that I came up with at hand does not really have anything to do with the full moon that we're having March 7th, 2023, but that's okay. Not all the time will the topics that I have for these moon videos, will they have something to correlate along with it. Plus that'll give you a chance to figure out how you feel about this specific moon cycle phase, whatever thing, and go from there. But anyway, today's full moon video, what are we talking about? So I wrote down asking myself why I feel embarrassed to tell people what I aspire to do for a living. Okay, what do I want to do? I want to make these kinds of videos. I want to draw. I want to make my stories. I want to immerse people in my world building and stuff like that. I want to be able to have a community where I'm connected with people. Those are the things that I aspire, and I want to do that for a living where I don't have to worry about, I can be a little bit more free. I can even help and support other people. That's what I want to do. Now, saying that, by myself in front of the camera and stuff like that, where I know that it's going to be put on a platform where I have a bunch of other videos or a bunch of other things where I make very similar, if not the same, statements about what I want to do, I don't feel any sort of shame or embarrassment or shyness towards that at all. I feel very strong and passionate about it. Like it relights the fire, it adds more gasoline to it or some shit, and it's like making everything catch on fire. That's how I personally feel when I do this. When I say that right there in front, that's how I feel. However, if somebody at my job or somebody out in public or somebody that I'm making new friends with were to ask me like, what do you want to do, or what's your goals, and I tell them, oh, I want to stream, I want to be able to host little parties for my friends on my stream chat thing, I want to be able to draw and make comics, I want to be able to do this, I want to all that stuff, just for some reason that always seems to come out as super timid and embarrassed. It doesn't come out as passionate as it does when I'm talking by myself, or even with my friends and family about it. Sometimes even with my friends and family, I still have that really weird tinge of embarrassment to be like, this is what I want to do. Like hearing my granddad ask me one day if I was streaming. I don't know why that just filled me with so much like, no, don't ask me. And I just run into a lot of moments like that. Even when I was younger and telling people that I wanted to be an artist for a living, it's just always been that weird tinge of embarrassment, tinge of shame, weird pang of just like not positive energy wrapped around me saying whatever I'm genuinely passionate about. And that I just really wanted to sit down and ask myself, why is it like that? Why do I feel that way about something that I genuinely feel strongly about? Why does it embarrass me? And I think one of the big points that came up when I was asking myself this is the fact that a lot of the things that I do, a lot of the goals that I shoot for and aim for, they are all goals and expectations that I set for myself by myself. Like, I don't have no manager or somebody trying to tell me these things or tell me that I need to get XYZ thing done before Tuesday or some shit, I don't have anybody telling me that. I have to tell myself that. And it really shows me how much I just kind of walk over myself, because I'm like, I'm not going to care later if I don't get that thing done. I'll just go to sleep and it won't be a big deal. Whereas if I did have somebody over my back being like, hey, you need to get this video done by Tuesday because it's the full moon or whatever thing, I would be like, yeah, I'll go get it done, because I have somebody else telling me. It's like the expectation changes a little bit in some way. Granted, sometimes I might not even do it if somebody were to tell me that I need to do it. I've been in those positions before too. It just kind of depends. But I'm much more likely to do something if somebody else is telling me to do it. And for some reason, it just kind of hits weird whenever you tell somebody like, oh, I'm getting all of these things done, I'm being really productive in these sorts of goals and all the stuff that I'm setting up and everything. And it's like, but I did this all for myself. I don't know. I feel like maybe people, because I guess they might be in the same boat as me, they won't take it as seriously. It's like, oh, you set that goal for yourself. I guess in the same way of like, if you have a personal trainer, they're going to set a goal for you. Whereas if you tell somebody, oh yeah, my goal was this, this, and that, they're like, oh, you set that for yourself, kind of thing. But I don't know, when it comes to these sorts of things, because even if I hear that about like weight training or something, I'm still going to be proud of somebody if they tell me like, oh my God, yeah, I wanted to lift XYZ pounds or whatever, and I did, and that was my goal I set for myself. I didn't get no personal trainer to tell me what I needed to do, blah, blah, blah. That's great. So maybe I need to start, okay, I see. This is why we talk in circles, but maybe that's how I need to start thinking it of just like, okay, I set that goal for myself. So that is some serious shit, especially if I got it done, because I could have very well easily been like, because people do that a lot whenever they set goals for themselves on their own accord, That was one of the biggest things that came up, is just like, I don't know, maybe it just feels less serious because it's a hobby. We can go into the whole fact of just like people still have that weird looming thing of starving artist thing, that, or just really if you're not doing anything to make a lot of money really, really quickly, then people just kind of won't give a shit about it. I guess that really ties into the things that I've been learning more about myself, is to not try to tie my worth towards what other people think about me. So, and I have to get over that, because yeah, I do worry that people are going to think I'm cringe or lame or a bum or something like that because I stream, or because I want to play games, or because I want to draw, or I want to make comics about demons and skating and stuff like that. Like, I do worry sometimes, but it's genuinely what I want to do. It's like, all this shit is what I want to do. I enjoy it so much. It makes me feel so happy, and that's all that really fucking matters at the end of the day. And that's another thing that I'm just trying to get more in tune with. I hope in time I will be less embarrassed to tell people, like, yeah, I want to stream, draw, blah blah blah. Like, I don't have to feel bad. At some point I feel like I just will stop caring, and I'm getting there, because really, or if I feel like I'm not there yet, nobody needs to know what I do. Nobody. If you ask me what am I doing for a living, I could just lie. I could just tell you I'm a pilot. What are you gonna do? Go call the pilot school and ask them if I graduated? Who cares? I'm probably never gonna see you again. Whenever people ask me those kinds of questions, it's usually people that I'm never gonna fucking see again. So why do I even get embarrassed? But you see, anyway, like, I don't know. It's something that I've been thinking about since I've been taking this kind of stuff more seriously. Let me ask you this question. Do you ever feel embarrassed to let people know or tell people what you want to do for a living? Do you ever worry? Do you ever get embarrassed to tell people? Do you just bullshit it? Or do you just stop caring and being like, oh, this is what I do and I enjoy it? Make it real brief. The Three of Swords coming up in reverse is making me feel like a lot of people that are watching this have left some place or some sort of energy of loss, grief, pain, heartbreak. It doesn't always have to be like losing a person, but if it fits, it fits. If it don't, then disregard it. But you might just be really just struggling and getting out of that feeling. The Knight of Pentacles coming up as the energy that you'll be receiving from the full moon is just making me think like, hey, just try to take a step back. Don't see things solely for the purpose of how they can help you, how they can give you a leverage, how are you going to progress in life. Start to just kind of be where you're at. See where you're at right now. Experience where you're at right now, because life is right now. It's not, oh, when I make 20 grand next year, or oh, when I do this, or oh, when I get like this, or oh, when blah, blah, blah. It's now. Long story short, though, you are slowly moving away from some pain. It could mean for some of you to look at the bigger picture and see what's all going on. It could mean for other people that you need to zoom in a little bit and start to make progress on the things that you even want in life. So it's slow and steady wins the race kind of thing, instead of not doing it at all. But anyway, because I don't want to make this too long, I'm a chef when it comes to this editing. I'd just be chop. Anyway, I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm chopping that shit too. Thank you again. I will see you guys on the new moon, March 21st. So look forward to that, and we're just going to keep this going, hopefully. I'm really excited. With that all being said, thank you so much again for spending time with me. If you want to spend time with me live, I am live Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays on Twitch. And if you want to support the arts or just support me in general, please go check out my Patreon. I have a lot of cool ass benefits on there, and I'm working on an email list for people that are interested. It'll have a bunch of cool, cute shit in there, but I'll talk about that later. Thank you so much again for spending time with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day.